All right, so today I'm going to be trying something new, and hopefully this actually records with proper audio. um, Dayseeker. Dayseeker is one of those bands that I encountered when I was at Warped Tour, and I didn't know anything about them, and I was walking past the set, and I want to say the song was Vultures. So if you don't know Dayseeker, they started out heavy. They had more of a heavier sound, definitely a lot less when it comes to clean vocals. But as they have progressed, especially this most recent album, it was a lot softer. It's not a bad thing. Rory has an amazing voice. Rory. The way that I pronounce it, I sound weird, sorry. But they just released a song yesterday, and I have yet to listen to it. I'm very curious as to what it's going to sound like. And based on the title, I have a feeling it's going to be more akin to the most recent one. So the very well known one that just came out recently is Sleep Talk. And then there's, what is the name of the other one? I have to play it in my head. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I don't know. Look, it's the end of my workday and I'm just jumping right into this, so my brain is fried. But it's going to bother me. I think the hardest song on their newest album was The Color Black. Let me see. Now I have to look because if I don't fact check myself, then I'm going to be very disappointed. I know The Color Black was a very good song, but I'm talking about the one that's most recent. It's not Sleep Talk. It's da, 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 da. Not Dark Sun. I didn't really care for that song that much. Um, Crooked Soul. That's what it was. Like, I know it's something that is simple, but yeah, those two were the more well played, I guess, to say. Like, it was a more well known and kind of gave the band a boost when it comes to listeners. But they have always been extremely talented, and especially the vocals are phenomenal. When I say live, I mean hands down. I stopped in my tracks to backtrack to figure out who the band was because it was that good. I had to turn around and say, yeah, I'm going to write that down. I texted myself and I was like, I'm going to look into that later. I don't know any songs. I got to go to the next set. But well worth it. So this one, I have a feeling, based on the title, is going to be a softer song. I may or may not be disappointed by that. We will see. But I know in terms of the vocal style, I'm going to be very satisfied. So this is more or less me determining if it's a song I'm going to listen to regularly or not. And it's not very long. We will see how this music video plays out. It looks like, based on the thumbnail, it is an actual music video, not one where it's a visualizer. So I look forward to that too. And yeah, we're just going to get into it because I have things to do after this. Okay. Ominous sounding opening. Let's see how this goes. Now, I will say a lot of Rory's songs are dark if you go into their previous.
With the devil, put me down on my knees, like a call to religion. Trade my soul for a dream. There's no cure to my darkness, only perfect disease. When my depression takes over, you're the one thing I need. Synthetic therapy.
Damn, that's deep. His voice sounds beautiful in that opening.
If you wanna see how I run right back to killing myself, taking my time, dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. At the end of every dream, there's a demon saying I didn't need help to ruin my life. Dancing
I like the rhythm so far for sure. Like it's a good flow.
made a deal with the devil, an apparition that bleeds. What's the
pronunciation is fantastic. You can clearly understand what he's saying. So that's fantastic. I love it. And his vocals are just, oh, I love it. Especially when it goes higher pitch. I just adore the way that his voice carries. Yes, he can't sound like this live. It sounds great. And then I feel like it's going to go into soft, of course. It sounds very structurally simple. Okay, so song wise, predictable, but not in a bad way. It definitely is just a standard structure of a song. There's nothing where it felt like it was not in the place that it should be. It was, verse, chorus, and then you get a little breakup section where it goes into the heavier style vocals. I'm sad that he doesn't utilize them more because they are so successful and he does a fantastic job. But I think that because it maintains that predictable song structure, it keeps them in line with the success that they've had already because it's not so far out of what their fans are used to. Would I say that this song is something exponential? It's exceptionally outside the norm? No. Does it utilize his vocal capacity to the greatest degree? Also, no. Is it a good song? Yes. So I definitely find myself, just like rhythmically, it is pleasing to the ear. And again, it's not anything where it has to be crazy different than anything they've put out. Sometimes it's nice to just have a song that is listenable. And his style of vocals, if I had to compare it to something that is on the radio, I would say he's like trying to picture the face. The the guy that did the Halloween Horror Nights houses the weekend. So his style vocals in Dayseeker remind me similar to that. And I feel like Rory has that capacity to sing those styles of songs. He's definitely done a lot of covers and he does have other bands that he works with or works on his own. Like he has solo projects as well. But his vocal style is definitely more akin to what you may hear on the radio, done successfully in a less radio friendly band. So this song, I mean, it fits with the rest of the things that they've put out. I definitely think that it will see the same success. And overall, I mean, I'm very happy that he used his vocal range to not only go low, but to hit those high notes that he is very well known for. Um, some of my favorite songs by them, A Cancer Uncontained, that one is very deep. It is very sad. I like both versions. There is an acoustic version, so if you like acoustic music, I would strongly suggest checking that out because his capacity to sing and the amount of control that it takes is highly impressive. For the purpose of this song, the video was very interesting. I mean, visually, yeah, it was just, a story, which is nice. But the song itself, just listening to the words in it, it was definitely not written to be just a generic song like how some more recent bands have been. A Day to Remember, unfortunately. But with this specifically, it was clearly written with a lot of thought process behind it. And that's something that I strongly respect. And I think that if the rest of their album after the single, if they decide to continue making an album after the single, is going to be astounding. So if they don't fall into the same trap as the previous album, where it was a little too pop esque for my liking, it was good, but there was not as many good songs as I had hoped compared to some previous albums. If you want to hear their heavier songs, I would definitely go further back in the history of Dayseeker. But for its purpose of what this was a good song. It was definitely listenable. It's something that I will listen to again, and it's catchy enough and hooky enough that I find myself wanting to move with the rhythm. So, interessante. I liked it. It was good. And I am curious to see if there will be a song that deviates from this style in the future, or if they're going to continue down this path because it has been so successful. If I have the opportunity to see them again, I definitely will. I'm pretty sure they have a tour coming up if they don't already. Um, Now I want to check. I don't have to, I know they're probably going to Rockville, but that's crazy expensive. Uh, I want to say, yeah, they are. Let's see. I'll probably just cut this out. I don't care. But now I just want to know. Yeah, they're for sure going to Rockville. That's why I was like, I know I seen that they were coming through here. Um, and then they go on an international tour, so that sucks. And Rockville is extremely expensive, so I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. And it's coming up soon, and it's like a 4-day event. Lots of bands. If you have the money, I suggest you attend. It's at Daytona Speedway. If you don't have the money, or you're in another country, if you see videos of it, it's quite interesting. It's a very good setup. They used to do it in a different area, but now they moved it to the Daytona Speedway. Besides that tangent, I have things to do now, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye.